Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. There is a lot of DCEU content to go through, so we'll just start with this. Birds of Prey, more behind the scenes photos have been taken. We've had Harley so far. We've had Black Canary so far. Even a little bit of Cassandra Cain and Zaz. But now we can actually see Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Helena Bertinelli on the set of Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, as she is right here as Huntress. And the debate is whether or not she is in a full Huntress getup or is this pre-Huntress getup, as she's not having a mask or anything. And there's a lot of debate going about that. But I love the colors, love that neon look. You can actually see there's kind of a chain around her shoulder and it's kind of leathery, I guess. Very basic, but it's true to the concept of all the different concepts, and we've actually seen that before in that little teaser that they put out for Birds of Prey. So it's no big surprise, but there's still a lot of debate going on whether she will have that face mask or not, whether there will be an evolution in her costume. And it is a smaller budget, so maybe they don't have too much play with that, but it is very basic, and I think that's quite okay for this small movie. And what it seems like, it's not going to be one of those big blockbuster movies. It's going to be a smaller film, and I like what I'm seeing so far in terms of the color, in terms of how they're making this movie. It's almost Blade Runner-ish, if you will, but I like to say it's very, like my Only God Forgives, Drive, those kind of films that I really like. And I'm starting to really, really warm up into this. I really like it. I want to see more and see this in action, maybe an actual teaser and trailer. But Mary Elizabeth Winstead, one of my all-time favorite actresses, so I'm so happy that she's in the DCEU, and then she's going to be Huntress of all people. And it's going great. Now I'm not sure if that hood that she is going to be part of the costume, or like a lot of these people, they like to put on robes and hoods to cover their and plus it's probably cold there, to cover their actual costumes until they need to actually shoot it. So not sure if that's part of it, but we'll see. It could be like the Scarlet Witch situation in the Marvel universe, where in the comics she has that head thing, but not in the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And there could be some of that as well. But in any case, we'll probably see a lot more. Nothing here to spoil anything at all, so don't worry about that. But I heard videos being taken down, or even tweets being taken down because of these photos. So I'm only going to show you a few, so I'm going to tread lightly on that. But it looks pretty good so far, and I can't wait to see more. Next up is, remember that movie that The Rock was supposed to do for the DCEU, Black Adam? Yeah, we haven't heard anything from it. And this coming from Variety. It's an interview with Hiram Garcia, and it's about 2019 $7 production slate, and it doesn't tell you any more, but at least you can kind of see that it's still on the plate. When Variety asked Hiram Garcia, "What's the rest of 2019 $7 slate look like?" He did talk that they just wrapped Hobbs and Shaw. They're shooting the next Jumanji, which comes out in December. We're also ramping up a couple big projects like Black Adam, and our goal is to get that going at the top of 2020. The script is coming along well, and we're in the polishing phase now, and are looking to attach the right director to it. A lot of people consider Dwayne a superhero already, so to finally have him play one on screen in the DC universe is a dream for us. So there that. It looks like it's gonna be start production maybe hopefully in 2020, which is next year. Probably get into production by 2021, maybe 2022. We'll finally see it. Who knows at this point? But it's still on the table. Dwayne Johnson's still involved in that, and they really, really want to make this happen. So I'd say they might boost it a little bit more when Shazam comes out and Shazam is successful. So we'll see what happens with that. By the way, oh wait, actually before we get into Shazam, I should have done this in a different order. Anyway, there's a new movie coming out, and James Wan is involved with it. That's right, James Wan's involved with this next film, and it's not Aquaman 2. No, it's not Aquaman 2 at all. Apparently, Warner Brothers has hired newbie scribes Noah Gardner and Aidan Fitzgerald to pen a horror-tinged script centered on the Trench, the deadly amphibious creature seen attacking the hero and his love Mera in Aquaman. You know, that scariest, probably more horrific part. Not that you're like completely scared, but it's the most horrific part compared to the rest of the movie in Aquaman is with the trench creatures. You know, they attack the boat. That's when James Wan could really utilize his camera work from The Conjuring. You know, how it pans here, goes here, gets scared. You know, those things, those moments, they can finally use it for that movie, and it's because there's these amphibious creatures that are attacking the boat. So it's a very horror type element to it, and it looks like they're gonna make a whole movie about it. And not that Aquaman 2 is not off the table. I believe they're definitely going to make Aquaman 2. They will be dumb enough not to do that, knowing that it made 1 point something billion dollars. They're definitely going to make it. But according to James Wan, during the early stages of pre-production, he fell in love with the Trench and its designs and secretly hoped to explore this world furthermore. Now, he says he's not confirming or denying this project, but you got to think he is pretty much confirming this. And it's still talks phases. They're still in the works. To me, the Trench is kind of like that spin-off movie, kind of like how Annabelle was a spin-off from The Conjuring, The Nun was spin-off from The Conjuring 2, and all the other Annabelle sequels that spawned from that. And they're also going to do, weren't they all going to do the tall, skinny man? I forgot what it was called, from Conjuring 2 as well. So they were going to do that as well. So these are smaller budgets horror, DCEU horror. So that is interesting how that is going to turn out. We're not going to have any heroes, I don't think. It's going to be very, very raw, I guess, and very small budget and use of lighting and stuff like that. This is all in my mind. I'm just thinking how they could play that. This could be like Jaws or something, you know, sea monster type, sea creature horror movies, creature features. That's what I'm getting from this, from the Trench, and that's kind of exciting to add to the main DCEU, you know. And so I'm fine with that. I think I'm fine with that. As long as they're still making Aquaman 2, as long as that doesn't deter them, there's a separate project on the side. It's not going to deter them from making the big blockbuster films that are coming out. Now, Shazam is one of those blockbuster films, which I believe, even though it's going to come out smaller, right now it's tracking for only a $45 million a weekend. But you know how smaller opening weekends could still ramp up to bigger box office success. I mean, look at Aquaman. It didn't make over 100 million, you know, but on the opening weekend, but it still was able to get it up to $1 billion. So there's a lot to be said about that, but Shazam is slowly ramping up. You're starting to see a little bit more. Apparently, there was a screening the other day where a lot of people get to saw it. That general reaction to that Shazam screening so far has been positive. It has been positive, but of course, a lot of screenings have always turned out positive, and then something else happens later on. But we'll see if that positivity still continues on. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really anxious to see it as myself. It comes out real soon this year, and we'll get to see for ourselves what it's all about. But everything I've seen so far, including some of the stuff that you may have not seen, looks exciting, and I can't wait to see it on the big screen. And one of the things I'm really curious about, like everybody else is really curious about, is the fact that is Superman going to show up in Shazam? Or even Black Adam, for that matter. Is Black Adam and Superman going to show up? So I feel we're gonna hear a lot about it more as we get closer, as more people starts to test screen it and screen it, actually see it, and it leaks out. But one of the things that's leaking out right now is the fact that Superman's in Shazam, right? He's in I don't know, either the post credit or the ending part of the movie. And as I've reported before, my other video, that apparently it's not going to be Henry Cavill. It's just going to be a Superman, a person in a Superman suit, and it's just a close up of his emblem or something, and it's just teasing Superman. Now, from what came out interesting just today, is that there's a recent a statement made by Jim Viscardi of the latest edition of the Comic Book Nation podcast. I don't really know who he is, but some people like Mario Robles says he believes this person. It is true. According to Viscardi, Henry Cavill did in fact shoot a Superman cameo for Shazam, yeah, which will be used if his DCEU contract gets worked out in time to do so. If not, the footage will remain seen. Now, apparently he didn't actually say all that. He just said that Superman cameo was in fact shot by Henry Cavill. And because a lot of us are just, or these media blog sites, and many of us assume that he's still in some kind of contract thing, even though, Jason Momoa said he's still Superman. Everybody says he's still Superman. So, who knows? But we'll know when Shazam comes out, right? This is the part. We'll know when Shazam comes out and Superman walks out and you see Henry Cavill right there, it's all good. He's Superman. He's going to be Superman for a while. He's going to be Superman in the next Superman movie. But it will be questionable when the reveal comes out and another person steps out, or you don't see the face of Superman. Like that Walmart commercial, or was it Target? I forget, where you see the back of Superman, and then you just see the chest and stuff like that. If it's like that, then we'll all be thinking, well, is Henry Cavill still Superman? But the good news is that it's appearing that he actually did shoot a scene. So it's not like they're throwing it in last minute. He actually shot a scene, which is actually cool, and kind of brings it all together when Henry Cavill and Zachary Levi were communicating and just teasing each other that they're going to work together in a way, and then Dave Sandberg actually Instagramming pictures of Superman toys with Shazam. So it kind of brings it all together if it actually happens, and we kind of expect that to happen. But at least now, if you feel that they'll have to rush and shoot, it appears that Henry Cavill did already shoot a scene. It's just whether they're going to use it or not. And I hope they do use it. I hope when we were in the theaters and we get to that moment, Superman comes out, it's Henry Cavill donning the suit. He's smiling at him. He says a line or something. I think that would be fantastic, and it would mean a lot to Henry Cavill Superman fans that he's still going to don the suit and he's going to come and show up later once they get a Superman sequel, standalone film squared away. So hopefully we'll see more of that. In the meantime, there are a couple things that happened over the week. One was our own fellow Daniel RPK, love or hate him, he tweeted out something interesting. He said, would you like to see Warner Brothers Pictures release the Snyder Cut for Justice League? I know they're watching this page, so if this gets over 10K, who knows what will happen? Just saying. So, only 24 hours to tweet that. I tweeted out. I clicked it's either a yes or no question. After the time ran out, it was 10,117 votes. And 78% was yes, 22% was no. So a roaring 78% of those 10,000 in only 24 hours clicked on yes, that they want to see the Snyder Cut. So he went ahead and, kind of, in a way, trying to tell us that he did us a favor, that he emailed an executive or someone at Warner Brothers, and he crossed it out because he doesn't want you to, I guess, start spamming that email. And so it says something I think it says Sarah. I don't know. But I made a poll as a test to see how many people want to see the Snyder Cut for Justice League, and I put a goal for it to release in 24 hours, which it did. As you can see, photo that's attached to this email. Please let me know what you think and pass it along to the superiors. Maybe we can start something and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of cut off, so you can't really read left and right of it. But what does that do? I have no idea. He sent it, the hashtag the Snyder Cut, hashtag Justice League. Sure, he may be just boosting it and probably boosting it just so for he gets a lot of more follows and clicks on his tweets. Whether he was genuine or not, I think it's great. It still makes a lot of noise, and in a way, it's like a third-party marketing for Snyder Cut, if you will. There's 10,000 people out there. We're not being forgotten, and if he really did send it to a person at Warner Brothers, that's great too. It's just more noise for executives who forgot about the other petitions, who forgot that we raised $69,000 for American suicide prevention with Zack Snyder's logo, T-shirt. So if they forgot about that, we're constantly reminding them, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's unfortunate Daniel RPK kind of blocked a lot of us Snyder fans, so I bet that could have reached 10,000 faster, maybe in 15,000. Who knows? Sky's the limit on that, but any noise is noise, and any who matter benefits from them. The goal here is to release the Snyder Cut, and when we get Warner Brothers to approve to release the Snyder Cut, Zack wins, and that's very much the most important part of this whole thing, right? Put your money where your mouth is. If you want the directors to be important, you have to go back and release the Snyder Cut for Zack Snyder. But we may not get the Snyder Cut for a while, but that doesn't mean we'll get something really special from Justice League. Our old pal Chris Dawson at C. Dawson Author has thrown out another clip of his black suit edition of Justice League, a fan edit. And I'm telling you, you're already seeing this stuff already, but he is making some amazing stuff. This is beyond fan edits of things. He's adding material to the movie, adding great scenes and clips. And I watched this one at first. It was like, okay, this is kind of what I've seen before. All the way into the end of where this race to the tower clip. Where Batman is at the ending of the Justice League, where Batman and Aquaman and Cyborg and Wonder Woman and Flash start racing to the tower. And he's being chased by parademons. And so it was revealed a while back that Zack Snyder actually had Batman man the big alien gun shooting and things. So what does Chris do? I don't know. He just threw that in there. Yeah, he actually made a scene. He added scenes. He added Batman manning that big turret gun shooting at the parademons. What? Wow, that's amazing stuff. This is beyond fan edits, guys. He's adding stuff to this, and it's just amazing. And I can't wait to see the final product. Chris, you are doing an amazing job. Lord's work here by making Justice League Black Suit Edition, just to, give us a taste of what the Snyder Cut would actually is. Man, I hope you're working with Zack Snyder, but this is incredible stuff. So Black Suit Edition, that's coming out. I don't know when. It was supposed to come out. Was it last year? But he's doing a lot of good job. I'm very patient with it. The more time you need, the merrier to fix whatever you needs done. I just can't wait to see it. Black Suit Edition. This is probably one of my most anticipated movies of this year, and it's not even coming out in theaters. It should. But anyway, that is it for tonight. This video's getting long. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and hopefully we'll get a lot more stuff from DCEU. I anticipate it. There's a lot more things probably going to come out, and very excited to see what happens next. All right, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.